y'all. I know I said buff the headlights first, but I'm gonna install these brakes. Ford's in some major need of some brakes, man. These are the same rotors I've had on this thing for the past 2.5 years. And I've been wanting slotted and drilled. Well, I finally got them, boyo. Yeah. Got the ceramics. Yeah. Much needed. The wheel shaking when I'm braking because the rotors are warped. This has been long overdue. Dogs are helping with the unpacking.
Hey, don't go take it.
We're munching and then we're getting to work, y'all. First things first. Hop under here. Oh my god, I hate getting on the floor. This middle part right here, you can jack up on. That's like the main part of the subframe. It's perfectly fine to jack up on this metal piece. So that's where I'm gonna jack it up. All right. You guys don't have an impact wrench? For sure, for sure. Break your lug nuts loose right now with like your factory lug nut tool in your trunk. It's a 19 or a 3/4. So yeah, I'm gonna start doing that. Jack her up. I'm gonna do a quick video because I'm not gonna try to do too much time. Hey y'all, got the jack chilling where I told y'all. Got the jack stands on the pinch welds. And e-brakes on. I got it chalked back there, you can't tell. Alright, first things first. We gotta take the caliper out of our way. And since we're replacing the brakes, might as well just take the sliding bolts out. She's yelling at sister for dogs. Anyway, 1, 2. I'll update you on the size. I think they're like 12 mil or 14 mil. And then these guys are definitely 17 millimeters. One right there. The other's down here. Yeah, there we go. So 1, 2, 17 mil. 1, 2, probably 14 millimeters on the caliper. I'm gonna take it off and then I'll explain more. You might have some set screws in here because Honda likes putting screws in their rotors. And you need sometimes you need like an impact screwdriver where you literally hammer the sucker while you're turning it. And I've never replaced these, so I'm talking too much. Yeah. Let's replace them. For sure, 14s. Don't forget, if you're ever struggling and like it looks like this continues to spin, you can put a wrench on this bolt right here, so you can actually pull this out all the way. If this is spinning with the bolt, it is a 14 for sure, y'all. If this is spinning with your bolt, make sure to hold this with the wrench while you're backing it out. But I'm gonna get this off and we'll move on to the next step, taking it off the, what do you call it? The hub assembly. Check this out. This tie rod's brand freaking new, y'all. And it's already resting from the y'all. So all that's holding this in is really the caliper bolts and those 2 retaining screws. So once you get that off, you can pull this sucker out. And look at that, I got lucky. All right, time to put the new ones on. You might want to clean the surface with like a wire brush or something if you want. I'm gonna do a little bit, and then clean inside right here so you can have good contact on your brake calipers. All right, let's get to the next piece. This brake grease is for you to put on the back sides of these guys, or just on like a little bit of the edge, or just a teeny bit on the clip. It just prevents noise. That's all that shit's for. So yeah, you can put it on the back of here just a little bit, not too much. I put a little bit on that one, and usually you want to put the brake pad with the warning clip on the inside. So let's get ready, put the rest in. Look at that. Oh man, I'm excited. Look at this ugly one. All right, y'all, here's a cool little trick if you don't have a little clamp for these brake pads. I mean for the caliper. First thing, take the cap off your master cylinder right here so your brake fluid doesn't overflow. And then what we'll do is get the old brake pad and we'll get a C-clamp, D-clamp, I forget. Either way, get your clamp like this guy and you just put it on the back of the caliper and right there in the middle, and then you clamp it down to compress the piston back into the caliper. And again, sorry if I'm rushing, it's just I don't have much space on my phone, and I mean, it's quite simple to make these videos if I just get right to it. So again, you're just clamping this down. Do not forget to take that off. It'll be a lot harder if you do not take your master cylinder cap off. Alright y'all, so this is what I was saying. Got it on there. It's a lot easier when you're not doing a video, but yeah, you get what I mean. Sorry, I was kind of rushing a second ago. I was out of breath. Running around trying to get this done real quick. But yeah, so I'm gonna compress that and then I'll be able to put this back on. Oh, dang, look at that. That's how you know I'm rushing. Put your clips in before you do all this. So I'm gonna put my clip in and then compress this and then put the caliper back on. And that's all it is. Literally after you take all that crap off and you take the rotor on, you just put the new one on, put the caliper mounting bolts back in, and then your clips, brake pads, compress the caliper, and then put it on. And it's pretty much the same for the backs, but I'll still show it just like a teeny bit. Another reason why I'm rushing is this about to rain. And then I'm about to pull this back off, but don't forget to put your new clip that goes in between the caliper right here. I'll show what it looks like after. So this was the real problem side. You could tell by all the brake dust, even on the bottom of the car. Rotor doesn't look too bad, to be honest. I've seen worse, and that's so funny because you know how mechanics are. They'll run their cars to the ground because we know how long they could go. But yeah, this one had the warning clip, and this is the one that was squeaking on me. Shit, I think I fried that warning clip off. Look at that. Oh man, this would be a first for me, but shit, I knew what I was doing and I knew how to brake right, so I lasted in the whole, what, 6 months? 6 months until I was able to afford this crap. So a little quick summary one more time, guys. All it is the mounting bolts, 17 mils right here, 14 mils that go in the caliper, and then the rotor's held in by these screws. You'll most likely have them. Sorry I don't have the tool to show it. Again, this is just a quick video. All the videos I have, most likely I'm gonna do a double at some point, because look at that. We got another coupe right there. So at some point I'm gonna do my dad's brakes. I'll do a more in-depth video. But yeah, I already cleaned that crap off with the wire brush so the clips can go on clean. And now I'm gonna put my new rotor on. And yeah, so the only thing that I skipped out of, guys, is that there'd be some screws that go in here that go through the rotor to hold it in place. You can get it with a regular Phillips, but usually you need like an impact Phillips drive. Anywho, check it out. That's how thick your brake should be. This is where I was at. All right, let's get done. It's about to rain. All right, y'all. Same thing in the back. You might have these screws in here. Mine are gone. Same thing though, set back here. These are 12 mils for the caliper slide bolts. And then looks like they're 14 mils for the big bolt. I'll check real quick. Yeah, they're 14 millimeters, y'all. So that's the same thing though back here. So once you get these, the big bolts out off of the mounting assembly, then you can just pull the rotor off, unless you have those screws in there. It's starting to lose sunlight. When you're doing this, definitely want to take off the e-brake. There's a 14 millimeter bolt, goes right into the caliper. You can't see it right now, but if you were here, it's like it's right here. This hole right here is where this goes. It's just a 14 millimeter bolt right here. And I took him out. There we go. I'm gonna give me some light. So there's my bracket. There's where it goes in right here. Anywho, you take that out, it gives you access to reach this bolt down here. Can you put light down here? Yeah, right down here, y'all. So there's a top bolt right there, but down here where my finger's flapping, that's the other bolt. You definitely need to remove this bolt right here for that e-brake line to fit your ratchet right here. But yeah, it's the only tips I could give right now. Again, I'm getting to it because it's gonna rain on us. All right, y'all, here's a crucial step I forgot, and I'll make sure to put some text in the beginning of the video to skip to here to see what I'm talking about. But look at this caliper. It's shaped in a way where you need to get just the right nubs to sit in here, and then it turns into the piston. Unlike the one where I clamped in the beginning, this one you literally get a ratchet, stick it in that hole, find which nubs sit in that line the best, and then you twist the caliper inward. You usually need 2 hands for this because it's annoying. And as you can see, I left one of the sliding caliper bolts in the top because it kind of runs into this brake line bolt. And look at that. I was able to replace the clips. I was able to wipe it down. And I'm going to be able to turn this in without even taking it off. But look at that. Sweet. Thank you, baby. Let's get check it out, y'all. So Actually, go ahead and back this bolt out because it will touch this line, but it won't come out all the way. And you're gonna have to, because after you replace this clip, it's gonna be kind of hard to put it on here and then set the brake pads on. So I went ahead, backed it out. Now I'm gonna put the mount for the caliper. I'm gonna put this guy back on and then put the brake pads on. Yeah, y'all. It's the next day, and a while back, this caliper was actually leaking, and I didn't want to buy a new one, so I went to a junkyard first. And I never got the year of the coupe, but it was just a black coupe, and I saw the caliper was hanging off, and all I had to do was disconnect the brake line. Well, back then, look at this, see how far this one is? I was looking at this and I was like, how come this caliper is farther from the brake line bolt than this one? And well, it's because I don't even know what year I took this off of. It's still the left side. That's the part number for it. And I was just wondering, I'm like, I wonder what's the difference between this one and the one that's on my dad's. It literally looks the exact same. But yeah, this one, look at that. The bolt's like right next to the caliper sliding pin. So like, I don't know if I'm doing something, if that will cause problems in the future. I mean, it's been working fine. Doesn't look like it's wearing bad. But anyway, I just thought that was cool. I wanted to point it out. I wonder if this is the older models, because mine and my dad's are a 01, mine's a 02. And I think the black one I grabbed this one off of at the junkyard was probably like a 98. Oh well, I'm gonna get this started. And same thing, y'all. 14s, 12s on these slide pin bolts. Make sure this guy isn't spinning while you're loosening it. And look, I don't have the screws in this one either, so it's gonna be easy peasy. I also figured out what the difference was. Thank God I have those big old clips. I was saying the other day, why'd they give me big clips and little clips? Well, probably to accommodate for different ears. One thing for sure, I'm gonna look up if this is even alright to be having it like that. See if it's not messing with anything, having two different style calipers. If it is, I'll change it. If not, I don't care. Hasn't done nothing to me yet. Alright, check it, y'all. We got her on, looking good. And I'm gonna bleed the brakes. I'll try to sum it up, but maybe I'll just make a separate video for that at some point. But all you guys do, oh, you're fine. I got this little bottle with the straw in it. It's a little flexi tube. Fits just perfectly over this. Oh, this one's a little bigger, but it'll work. This guy spit on it. I'm just kidding. Anyway, so I'm gonna put this guy on here. This is like the one man's strategy, but I mean, it makes it easier to clean up too when you're with two people. But you're just gonna get a baby zip tie to zip tie him right there. Make sure he doesn't pop off. And then one guy will be out here. He'll loosen this. Someone will pump the brakes a few times, hold it, and then you tighten this, and then they let go of the brake. Again, I'm gonna make a video at some point, guys. I've just got a lot going on right now. And I'm just trying to put some videos out there, you know? All right, ready, babe?
Yeah.
Okay, pump it. You're watching for the air bubbles coming out of there. And hold. And while she's holding, you just tighten. Good to let go. And then you just make sure to crack it loose again. Pump it. And hold. You holding? Yeah. Okay, you can let go. And then you just gotta do that, y'all, until you see all the air bubbles come out. If you keep doing this and it's solid, you're pretty good. And then what you want to do when you do this, ideally, you always want to do the furthest brake line from the master cylinder. So it'd usually be like back right, then back left, front right, and then front left. You just want to do the further ones from the master cylinder usually. Oh yeah, that's it. I'm gonna keep doing that till we're done.